Don't be stubborn about what you believe. In working with clients who are feeling stuck, who are not hitting their goals, who are not as happy as they desire to be, who are not as confident as they desire to be, I found that in most instances, it's because they are stubborn about what they believe about themselves. And self-belief is extremely important because what you believe about yourself is going to determine what you go after, right? And it's going to determine how you feel when you are going after something. And so I often talk a lot about the importance of confidence, but I want to also give you some inside tips on how to actually build it, how to actually become confident. And one of the things that I do often is I remind myself of who I am and what I've accomplished in the past. Like, you should always have a tab of your victories. Because a lot of times what people are doing, they're focusing on what didn't work, when they made a mistake, when they made a fool of themselves, that's not going to help you build confidence. You've actually got to look at the times you won and what did you do to win? How did you get there? And so all of that is going to mean that you're going to need to identify and challenge your limiting beliefs, because that's really what's stopping you. It is what you are saying to yourself about yourself. Oh gosh. And when you can change the negative self-talk, when you can challenge the negative self-talk, when you can challenge the doubt, when you can challenge the fear, that's when you're going to begin to become more confident. Because this is the thing. Everybody wants to know, well, I don't know how to get it. Well, first you got to do something. You got to stop waiting for that feeling. Like, stop waiting to feel like you're ready to speak in front of a million people. Like, you might never feel like that. Stop waiting to feel like a supermodel. Like, stop. It's not a feeling necessarily. It's a belief. It's an inner knowing that I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to do this. And it might not happen when I want it to happen, but it will happen. And I can't say this enough, that so many people miss out on growth opportunities, on life-changing opportunities because of their belief about themselves and what they can accomplish. So don't wait until you feel confident, because that feeling might not ever come. But I promise you, but if you are willing, to step out there, even though you're a little nervous, even though you're a little anxious, even though you're like, ooh, I don't know about this. But if you step out there and do it, I promise you, by the third or fourth time, you're going to feel more confident. And so you don't want to wait. You want to take action. So stop waiting for a feeling. Stop waiting until, you lose the weight, or you finish school, or you take a class. Like, I hear all of these excuses as I'm talking to people who are saying they want to do better. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to get my coach after. No, you're stuck now. You're stuck. You need a breakthrough now. And so you got to take the action. And then you also have to decide what you want to accomplish and follow through. Like, planning is great. Goal setting is great. Saying what you want, saying what you desire, doing affirmations. Like, I do all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I got to take action. At the end of the day, I got to do some stuff that makes me feel uncomfortable. I've got to ask for things. And oh goodness, that is like my least favorite thing to do. Can I be honest with y'all? Like, I like to just get things done. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear a sermon. I don't want you trying to tell me what I need to do and how I need to do it. It's too much. Like, I'll do it. But I can only do so much. And so it holds me back when I'm trying to do everything myself. And that's why I got to do it. I got to ask. Does it make me uncomfortable? Absolutely. Right. But that's a part of growth. If you want to grow, you got to be willing to be uncomfortable. You got to follow through. Like if you say you're going to make 20 calls, make 20 calls. If you say you're going to fill out 20 job applications, do it. You say you're going to revise your resume, do it. You say you're going to go to a networking event, you're going to hire a coach, whatever it is, do it. Because that's how you build self-trust. That's how you build self-confidence, by making a commitment to yourself and following through on that commitment. Confidence building is in the doing. Like it's in the doing. I can tell you about it. I can talk about it. I can walk you through it, but you've got to be willing to stretch yourself. You've got to be willing to get out of your own head, to get out of your own way, to feel uncomfortable, to feel uneasy, to feel a little like, oh, nervousness. But that's the only way you're going to get to what you want. You just think about it. Just reflect on your results that you have right now. What has gotten you to this point? It's not going to get you to where you desire to be. Something has to change. And let me tell you, that something is you. If you want things to change, you've got to be willing to change. And you've got to be willing to give yourself grace if you make a mistake, if things don't turn out the way you wanted them to. And a lot of times what happens is people are looking for perfection the first time around, and it just doesn't happen that way. You might have to have 3, 4, 5 revisions, rough drafts, but you just got to be willing to take that first step. You've got to be willing to experience a setback, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go for it again. Don't allow a setback to be your excuse for quitting on yourself. Remember why you have the vision. Remember why you want what you want. Like, why do you want abundance? Why do you want peace? Why do you want a better relationship? Why do you want a better body? Why do you want to feel better? Why do you want to be happier? Why do you want, why do you want it? And if that why is strong enough, you got to latch on to that why. Don't latch on to your excuses. Oh my goodness, who am I talking to today? Don't latch on to your excuses. Latch on to your why. Don't let up until you get what you want. Until next time, take care.